I've just become suddenly inspired. Um, in my country, in my country, if you tell the truth, you're called a rat. A rat. Look at my snake here. Look at Medusa there. You call it a rat, Veronica Guerin. You know what I mean? If you tell the truth, you're a rat. You get stabbed in the head. If you talk about it, you might get stabbed in the head again for talking about it because you're a rat. Yeah. I'm just going to. I love animals. You know, I love animals. I love the animal kingdom. They act within their own grace and their own concord and their own morality. They're very tolerable to God in their own apparently limited capacities, but at least they're very honest. Animals are very honest, you know. But rats. So where does this come from? Departed, you know. When it got ratted out, got ratted out. You kind of see in Titanic that the rats are trying to survive. So maybe a will towards self-preservation is somewhat. I don't think it is actually. I think every living creature has a will towards self-preservation. So it's nothing particular to the marsupial we're referring to as the rat. Um, for self-preservation, like in Titanic, going to follow the rats if they're going to survive. They'll follow them. But where I know where it came from, I'll tell you now. So if your child got murdered, your child, like your firstborn daughter, got murdered and hastily buried in a ditch down in the back arse of Kerry, or not Kerry, sorry, I don't want to be, I love Kerry. It's in the back arse of nowhere, okay? And it's beyond human inspection. They'll never find this dead little girl. They'll never find your daughter. Your daughter was abducted, brutalized, murdered, and shallowly buried in a ditch somewhere down back somewhere, back somewhere. Now, local Gardaí got wise to this, and they're like, "No way! There's no way they could have found her, man. We buried her in the bog arse of a bog, but there was a stream of rats. There was this steady stream of rats that came from the local field." And I learned from a friend when I was hanging out with a friend. Well, not a friend, but he would be a friend, true friend. And he said something very eloquent down by the Dargle River. My friend Willie, and his old friend said, "A rat will never harm a human, ever harm a human until you're very cold and dead, until you're absolutely lifeless." So even a rat might come across Jesus Christ after he was crucified. Sorry. And not have touched him for 3 days and 3 nights until they're certain you're dead. A rat will never harm or bite, unless they're challenged or frightened, you know what I mean? That's obvious. Against self-preservation and everything. But a rat will never harm a human. Like a bee kills itself if it harms a human with some sort of disgrace. You just don't know what you're worth, and these aren't really worth much. I think these are horrible. But anyway, the point is, this little story is, there's a steady stream of rats that led the police to your daughter's little shallow grave. Sorry for the weird parable here. I don't mean to be putting. I didn't need to exaggerate the situation by saying it's your daughter, but that's the way I try to get people away from porn and stuff. And it's like, imagine if your daughter was on a fucking casting couch. "I'm gonna stay at Rebecca's tonight." Yeah, and yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Anyway, try to break your balls a bit sometimes. So you get ratted out, and then some lads in prison are sitting around on like murder charges, and they curse the rat, don't they? It's like, how did you get discovered? It's like loads of rats. Loads of rats start swarming around the shallow grave and started to eat the cold and dead body, human body within. And you got ratted out, didn't you? You got ratted. No human would ever be able to find it, but you got ratted out. And there's some, yeah, exactly, people sitting in prison cells, responsible for homicide of, again, your daughter. Um, and they're cursing the marsupial. They're cursing the rat. They're cursing. They're sitting there and they got ratted out, and I'm gonna rot in this jail cell now for the rest of my life because I got ratted out. And I just want to add at the very end of this that the rat never harmed anybody. The entire thing, the rat never